fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm excited to be here today to share with you the finish of something. You guys, I finished something else before the end of May. I didn't make both of them, but I did make at least one, so I'm happy with that. What I finished was my snowman with gold and silver presents, and I'll stick the image over there so you guys can look at it. I decided I was going to add quite a few ABs to this one, so I actually ended up not using these fairy dust drills, pixie dust drills that I got. The 498 was just so much darker that I just thought it would look weird, so I ended up not using these. I did, however, use up quite a few. I used up all of my Christmas red ABs and all of my Christmas red fairy dust drills, so those were all used up. I also used up this color, which was this kind of yellow. And then this one I sort of used up. I accidentally dumped them back into the fairy dust drills, back in with the regular drills, but I think I pretty much used them all up. They were all at the top. So the next time that I did a section that had that color in it, they all pretty much got used. So I have all those in there. I didn't end up using any of the square Christmas red either. Those are in his hat, his mittens, and his scarf, and I just thought the crystal would look too weird. The glass would look too weird in what was supposed to be fabric, so I didn't use it on that. These are the ones I did use. So, of course, it was a snowman with snow. I used the white that they gave me, the 5200, on the actual snowman, but any place else, basically on the ornaments and on like the snowflakes that you could see, I used my ABs. This bag was almost full when I started, so I used up a lot of these white ABs. I used this pixie dust in several places. This was really kind of a shading one, but it was shading on the pine tree, so it actually worked out really nicely that these look kind of metallic because it just gave that little extra shine to the tree, which I think looks really good. So when we look at it, I'll show you that. And then these two, he's holding presents that it says gold and silver, but they're basically gold. I did use a few of the pixie dust on one of the ribbons, but these I used on the presents. And this bag was almost full, and this bag was unopened when I started. So used up quite a bit of those. Really happy about how many ABs I actually used up. So I'm happy with that. There were, what, 5 ABs that came with the kit. So there was a yellow, a pink on his little face. This was in the tree in a couple places. Forget where that one was. And this was a lot of the stars. Whoops. A lot of the stars and the lights on the tree. Had enough drills to finish everything. Didn't have any problems with it. Now, a little, I don't know, addendum, caveat, whatever you want to call it, a little note when I show you the trash, because it looks like it was kind of trashy, but let me explain. So here's the trash. This kit was 40 by 50, so this looks like a lot of trash for the size of kit that it is. However, when you look at the trash, you can see that a lot of it is gold and crystal and the white ABs, which are all things that I introduced in. For whatever reason, this metallic was really kind of trashy, as was the gold. Sometimes it just doesn't get formed right or whatever, like it looks flat and weird in places, and it just, yeah. I mean, the rest of it that was actual trash from the kit itself probably wouldn't have been near this much, but because I had the extra metallics and the extra ABs in there, it ended up looking like quite a bit more. You can see there, that one has a tab on it. There's several that are stuck together. So not unusual trash for a kit, but it just looks like more than normal because of the ABs I added in. So as I said, plenty of drills, didn't run out of anything. I did really enjoy this kit. Well, let me save that. Let me grab the canvas and we'll look at it while I tell you what I thought. And here he is. Isn't he adorable? I actually really like how this one turned out. So you can see here in the ornaments where I've added a bunch of ABs on the white. But the snowman himself, he had ABs included with the kit on his nose and in his cheeks. I added white ABs on the stripes on his fabric, on his hat, and on the scarf. And then I added some of the fairy dust drills in his hat, in the scarf, and all of that, because that's the only place the red appears. Now you can see there's quite a bit of gold, and my actual intention was to put gold on a lot of the ornaments as well. I ended up taking it off because I just didn't think it looked very good. And I did the presents first, and I started with just putting in the metallic in some places. So you can see this section in the middle here is the metallic. And if you get close up, I'll try to take some video, maybe in some B-roll you guys can see. There's metallic and the crystals in here. This top of this present, however, was supposed to be like this light color. And when I got it all done, it just looked really weird. And I think I managed to take a picture of it, so I'll stick it over there. Maybe I'll do a side by side so you can see this versus what it used to look like. And it was a pain to pull off all of these drills because basically this whole rectangle and this whole rectangle was this color. So I ended up pulling all of it off and then replacing it. I think it looks a ton better. It was a pain to pull them all off. And normally I would have just been like, yeah, it was an experiment, but I just thought it looked bad enough. I was like, I got to pull these off. So I didn't use up as many of these as I thought, but I think it looks really good. I like how the metallics look on his presents here, and I really think that the ABs that I added as the stripes on the scarf and everything look really good too. And I like adding the ABs, the white ABs that I added for all the snowflakes. So you can see there's some of the fairy dust drills in the little pom-pom of his hat here. There's also in his hat and his scarf and his little mittens, there's also the 815. And then you can see here in the trees, or at least I hope you can, some of these are the fairy dust drills where it just looks, it just gives it that little extra sparkle that I really like. I think it turns out really well. There's some right there as well. So yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I'm super happy with all of the ABs that I added. I will say that this is better. The grid for the squares is tighter than the previous square that I did from Dreamer Designs. I don't remember exactly when I bought this one. I want to say I bought this one in like 2022 maybe, but I could be wrong about that. So this may be one of the more updated ones. The penguin one that I did from them previously was gappy enough that that is one that I tried to do the mica experiment on just to kind of close up some of the gaps. And it was a lot of white too, obviously, because penguins are black and white. This actually doesn't have as much white as you would think that it does. Of course, the snowman himself is white, but really a lot of the colors in the background are kind of off-white or beige colored, so all the ornaments and things like that are not truly white, even though it looks that way in the image. So I think it turned out really cute. I love how the little ornaments look. Like I said, I originally had intended to put some of the little highlights on the ornaments to be in gold as well, and I just, after dealing with taking off all of the drills and replacing them with the crystals on the one present box, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to leave it the way that it was rendered, the way that they've charted it, and I will just do it that way. And I like it. I think he's super cute. I love his little carrot nose and his little button eyes. I've got ABs left over that I can now use in other kits. And he's just really super cute. I love his little stick arm and the little gold presents. And he just looks all warm and cozy for a snowman anyway. So it took me about 21 hours to finish this guy. And in looking back at some of my other finishes, like Bubblegum Girl was actually bigger than this one, and it took me less time. So rounds definitely do go faster for me. So that is something I will be taking in consideration for all of you who commented on my last Stay or Go video. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button and then go check it out. Just a side note, this is the last day of May, so tomorrow starts our first, it's not my first DP for Pets, but it's my first DP for Pets diamond paint along. Like I've said, and I've posted on the Facebook group, no stress, no finish required, no forms, no new start. You can work on whatever you want as long as it fits in the pets theme. Join the Facebook group, which I will try to remember to link down below. And you can post your pics in the group, progress pics. I love to see what everybody is working on. You can either tag me or you can just use the hashtag DP for Pets 2025, either in the Facebook group or over on Instagram, either place, so that I can see what you're working on. Like I said, I'd love to see what everybody's doing, and I hope this will be a really good. So make sure that you are subscribed because tomorrow during my whip-in chat, I will be letting you guys know what you have picked for the Diamond Paint Along theme for August. So if you're interested in following along and doing a kit for that, I will be announcing what the theme will be. Maybe end of July, I'll run another poll for what we want to do in October. Or you can leave me a comment below and let me know Is October going to be a good month? My intention was to skip every other month. So we're doing pets for June. We're going to do the other theme for August. My intention was to do something else for October, unless people just want to do Halloween for October, because I know tons of people are also going to be doing probably drills and chills. So let me know down below what you think of that. Does everybody just want to follow that holiday theme so you can do the same kit for both? Do you want to do something different so you have something to switch back and forth between? I'm easy either way, works for me. That's all my announcements, so make sure you tune in tomorrow for the whip and chat. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.